Gout Gout, 18 years old, Australian. The teenager who just broke the world under-20 record in the 200 meters. Noah Lyles looked at this kid and went on record with a claim that shocked the entire sport. Now, on June 16th, they line up against each other for the very first time. Before you understand what June 16th means, you need to understand who Gout Gout is. He was born on December 29, 2007, in Ipswich, Queensland, Australia. His parents, Bona and Monica, are originally from South Sudan. They fled during one of that country's most violent periods, spent years in Egypt, and arrived in Australia in 2005, 2 years before Gout was born. He grew up 40 kilometers from Brisbane, one of 7 children, in a household that understood struggle far more than it understood athletics. At 13, he won his first school 100 and 200 meter races. His coach at Ipswich Grammar School, Diane Shepherd, spotted him at 12 and already understood what she was watching. At 15, he broke the Australian under-18 200-meter record. At 16, he was already hunting Peter Norman's 200-meter national record, a mark that had stood since the 1968 Mexico City Olympics. Athletes do not threaten 56-year-old senior records at 16. But Gout Gout has never followed the expected timeline. In August of 2024, he represented Australia at the World Under-20 Championships in Lima, Peru, and won silver in the 200 meters in 20.60 seconds. He was 16. 2 months later, Adidas signed him to a professional contract before he had even finished school. No one expected him to be there yet. In September of 2025, Gout arrived at the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo at 17 years old. He reached the 200-meter semifinal, becoming the youngest sprinter ever to feature at a senior world championships over that distance. He finished 4th in 20.36 seconds and missed the final by 1 position. Close, but not there yet. Then came 2026. On February 21, 2026, Gout showed up to a small Saturday club meet in Brisbane called the Dane Bird Smith Shield. Minimal crowd, no television cameras. He had decided only 1 week earlier to enter the 100-meter event. He crossed the line in 10.00 seconds flat, with a legal wind reading of plus 0.9 meters per second. That time equaled the fastest legal 100-meter run by any Australian man on home soil and set a new Australian under-20 record. Then April arrived. At the Australian Athletics Championships in Sydney, Gout stepped into the 200-meter final with one number written in his notes, 19.75. He repeated it to himself all week. He ran 19.67 seconds. That single run broke the world under-20 record of 19.69, set by American Ariane Knighton in 2022. It also Gout Gout had just run faster than Usain Bolt ever had as an 18-year-old. Bolt's personal best before turning 20 was 19.93 seconds. Gout is already at 19.67, more than a quarter of a second ahead of the man widely considered the greatest sprinter who ever lived at the same stage of their career. The honest picture still matters. Noah Lyles holds the American record at 19.31. The gap between where Gout is and the absolute ceiling of the sport is real, but Gout addressed it himself after Tokyo. The thing that I have on them is time. They may not have 15 years, but I've got 15 years for sure. He was 17 when he said it. Noah Lyles is not just a fast man. He is the measuring stick for everyone in world sprinting. The 28-year-old from Alexandria, Virginia, won Olympic gold in the 100 meters at the Paris Games in 2024 in 9.79 seconds. He is an 8-time world champion. He holds the American record in the 200 meters at 19.31 seconds, set at the 2022 World Athletics Championships. He has been the dominant force in American sprinting since 2019, and no sprinter on the planet has collected more global titles across the sprint distances in that time. Lyles opened his outdoor 2026 season in April with a solid 19.91 seconds over 200 meters at the Tom Jones Memorial in Gainesville, Florida. He is healthy, he is building, and heading into June, he has his sights on something specific in Ostrava, the 150-meter world best of 14.35 seconds, a mark set by Usain Bolt. Lyles owns a personal best of 14.41 seconds, one of the fastest times ever run at the distance over a straight course. This is the man Gout Gout is meeting on June 16th. What makes this race different from any other matchup on the 2026 calendar is not just the times or the titles. It is the relationship. In the winter of 2025, Gout traveled to Claremont, Florida, and spent 2 weeks training alongside Lyles and his group. He experienced elite professional preparation at close range. Lyles hosted him on his podcast, Beyond the Records, and gave him direct career advice, chief among it. Learn to say no and protect your focus. But the line that reverberated across the entire sport came at a press conference. A reporter asked Lyles what he thought of Gout Gout. Lyles looked at the media and said, "He's more talented than I was. Not promising, not interesting. More talented. From the Olympic champion, from the 8-time world champion, from the man who calls himself the fastest person alive." Lyles continued, "He's an amazing kid. He's got a great head on him and a great team around him. It's going to be interesting to see how he develops." The thing that I always look for when I'm looking at younger talent is, are you just going to be able to train into shape? Because when you're in high school, you get races all the time. As a pro, you've got to come prepared already. This is the tension sitting underneath June 16th. Lyles has seen the talent up close. He has trained with it. He genuinely respects it. And now he has to race it. Usain Bolt added his own warning from the other side of history. Bolt told CN, "At that young age, because I was there, you start getting pulled left and right, and then you forget track and field." Hopefully he has the right set of people to guide him and keep him focused, because the rest of the stuff will always be there. But if you mess up on track and field, then it all goes away. Bolt knows what a teenager with that speed can lose when the attention comes too fast. The Ostrava Golden Spike is a Continental Tour Gold meeting held at Městský Stadion in the Czech Republic. On June 16, 2026, Lyles and Gout will race over 150 meters, a non-Olympic distance that rewards pure speed across the full acceleration curve. It is not a standard sprint. It is longer than the 100 and shorter than the 200. Sitting in the zone where a sprinter's top-end velocity and their ability to hold form under fatigue are both tested at once. Gout Gout has never raced the 150 meters competitively before. This will be his first. Ostrava knows him, though. He raced there last year at 17 and won in 20.02 seconds, a personal best at the time. He performed at that same meet at the same age as Lyles once did. The organizers noted the connection directly. Both athletes were given the opportunity to compete in Ostrava at the age of 17. The stakes beyond Ostrava are real. Gout's primary target is the World Under-20 Championships in Eugene this August. He chose that goal over the Commonwealth Games.